I saw a segment of Tim Dillon, and he was commenting on something, and it hit me so hard that I wanted to add my voice to it, even though it's like, yeah, like I'm really piggybacking on Tim Dillon, right? First, you're gonna watch Tim Dillon, then you're gonna surely go to me. Um, I just want to make clear I don't have any illusions about my lack of cultural relevance, but still, regardless of that, for the handful of people who do watch my videos and read my stuff and whatever, I wanted to just chime in on this subject because this has been a pet peeve of mine for a while, and it's been something that I've argued about with others. It's been something that it seemed like a few years ago, people who were against conspiracy theory stuff, people who thought conspiracy theories were dumb, and that it was silly to believe in them. This was their go-to line. It was, look, you're talking about something that gets bigger and bigger and bigger. How many people have to be in on it? Surely somebody's gonna spill the beans. That many people can't keep a secret. And this works. Tim Dillon calls it the dumb guy explanation, but I've heard people say it who aren't dumb. I've again, this has come up a few times, and I think it's a dumb statement, but I don't think the people who say it are dumb, or they don't think they're being dumb when they say it. But I think this was sometime a paradox, but now it has been given proof. Hamlet. First of all, as Tim Dillon says in his video, and as others have said before many times, I'm not really breaking any new ground here, but it's just worth re-emphasizing, given the cultural moment that we're in right now in February of 2026, with the release of the Epstein files causing so much turbulence, culturally speaking. Maybe unprecedented levels of cultural turbulence. First of all, well, no, people can keep a secret. Lots and lots of people can keep something secret. And there's such a thing. First of all, let's just start with the first level of it. Can X number of people, can thousands of people, can hundreds of thousands of people keep a secret? Yes. Yes, they can. If there's something in it for them, they can keep a secret, okay? Here's what's in it for you. You get paid lots of money. Here's the downside of you deciding to give away this secret. We take away your money, we make you destitute, or we kill you, or we kill your family. I mean, that's pretty convincing, isn't it? On the one hand, you got prosperity, and your loved ones and you being safe. On the other hand, you've got destitution and your loved ones and yourself being harmed. It's a no-brainer, right? Why give away this secret? Unless it's something that speaks to your moral conscience. But so that's one level of it. Then we have the other level of it, and I don't know. I only watched the first few seconds of Tim Dillon's video, so I don't know if he goes into this stuff or not. But the other level of it is we keep hearing about an open secret. An open secret. What is an open secret? An open secret is something that's whispered about. It's something that people talk about, and you hear rumors. But a lot of people, know. They know what's really going on, and they're in the know about it. Um, and but if it ever came to, them actually putting up or shutting up, they would deny it. But it's an open secret, just like this is how rumors have always operated. And yes, not every rumor is true. Of course, there are false rumors, but there are also rumors that get out there because they are true, undeniably. So, when you have something like, well, the Manhattan Project is brought up a lot to refute the whole, that thousands of people, hundreds of thousands of people can keep a secret. Well, in that case, you had all these people, all these scientists and people working at this institute in Los Alamos developing the atom bomb, and they kept it a secret, and it didn't get out. Now, I don't know, but I suspect that in the war years, that maybe there was some buzz, that maybe there were some people talking like, what's this institution that suddenly sprung up in Los Alamos, New Mexico, of all places? What's going on here? I wonder, and maybe somebody who was who had a few too many, was at a local watering hole and said something like, the whole idea of creating a weapon that can kill hundreds of thousands of innocent people, that's pretty heavy stuff. And the other person he's talking to says, what do you mean? What are you talking about? Oh, nothing. Or, just things like that. I'm sure there was buzz. I'm sure, that it wasn't just hermetically sealed. It was an open secret, but an open secret is still not verified, and it still can be officially denied. And that's what we've got with all of these things, with JFK, with 9/11, Franklin scandal, all, everything surrounding Pedogate. It's an open secret, but nobody, goes out on a limb under oath with evidence, and shows, what the truth really is. But then also this is the third level. So there's 3 levels here that I wanted to make sure to cover. There's the, people will keep their mouths shut if there's incentive to do so, right? Even a ton of people will do that. For those few those few loose lips, then that's just an open secret because they got a little careless, said something they shouldn't have said, but then they put a lid on it and it's taken care of. And then there are actually people who who are part of the conspiracy, if you will, who have been part of it all, who do speak out. They're called whistleblowers. What happens to them? They die mysteriously, or suddenly they lose everything. Suddenly they're accused of horrific crimes. I mean, and it's so the people who say, again, who stick to this whole, it can't be, everybody wouldn't be able to be able to keep something like this so huge a secret. Then you could just direct them to look at person X, person Y, person Z. What happened to these people? Died mysteriously. Was found guilty of a horrific crime. Committed suicide, quote unquote. So that's the third. Sorry. I'm well past puberty, as you can see. And yet my voice still does that sometimes. So that's the third level of it, right? So next time somebody says, I don't know, are there, I'm guessing there are still people out there who, I don't know what they're doing, I don't. They must just not be paying attention right now. But if they're still insisting, nah, something that huge, you know, like thousands of rich, powerful people abusing, you know, a huge number of children, um, you know, passing them around, pimping them off to one another, and then using that fact as blackmail. Um, you know, is that possible? Is that even possible? And you know, the highest echelons of government covering up for them. That was the thing that really hit me the hardest when I first stumbled on this stuff. You know, that the people who are supposed to protect us are are protecting the worst among us. You know, too often, far too often. You know, so this is a threefold way of answering this type of person who thinks they're being so smart, who thinks like who just has this like, well, I'm better than I'm a debunker. You know, something that bothers me about the whole debunker thing. It's not that certain things don't need to be proven. I mean, it's not that debunking is never a good thing. It's just when what you set out to do is to debunk, then what are you really doing? What you're really saying is, I am going to refute things. I'm going to refute these things that people are saying. Your task should be to ask yourself, what's the truth? If you're going to investigate these things, investigate them with an open mind. Don't be credulous. Don't just think it must be true, but also don't just think, well, I've got to set out to debunk this. And so people who are professional debunkers, I think they are immediately not to be trusted. And that's where I'll end this.